Hey everyone, welcome to From the Depths. I'm Minty, and this is episode 16 of the Battleship Brawl Season 5 tournament. This episode, we've got the Pain Train by Herpeta coming in the first player slot here. Bit of a boxy, almost pagoda-like hull with some pontoons, storage containers on the side. Got the propellers in the back here, all guarded up. All right, let's do that and get the barrels into the proper size. So it looks like it's got a triple barrel turret, two triple barrel turrets. Is that it? Are those the only weapons? That can't be the only weapon. Those don't look like actual guns. They look like decorative weapons. So really only two 6-barrel guns? Oh, wait, duh, I thought these were like smokestacks or something, but they're actually cram mortars. I am friggin' blind. So it actually has 5 triple barrel guns, 3 of them in mortar configuration. So that'll be interesting to see. Yet well, I don't know if I'd call this one a mortar ship. It is more mortar focused than direct fire focused, but it's not pure mortar either. So are these like large rudder pieces? I'm not sure what those are. I'm not sure those are. No, I don't think those are rudders. Maybe they are. There's a bunch of them on the backs here. Actually, I think that's sloped applique armor. Now that I think about it. It's like they're attached by 6 beams, basically. Not quite beams. I think that's actually technically 2 downslopes married together. We got the railings all over. It's a very interesting ship. It's got some very unconventional things about it, like this deck that protects the propellers, the pontoons. It's got a short, stubby little bow. It's a pretty cool ship. Its opponent today is going to be the Derpitz by Boku, which at first glance is a much more conventional looking battleship. Very battleshipy looking battleship. Got a pretty sleek look to it. I like it. It's armed with 4 triple barrel turrets in standard configuration. Got a pretty cool looking superstructure going on here. Some lifeboats. You can walk around a little bit on the superstructure. Or, I mean, I could if I had feet, but, in this mode I'm just a floating camera. A bit of a torpedo bulge shape going on there. And we got a fantail covering the bank of propellers. Got a rudders up in there. We got these little underside things. Oh, got some repair bots in them. Everything's so shiny now with the new graphic settings. I think is that actually alloy? I think that's actually alloy around the edges there. Not metal. It does make a bit of a railing. So yeah, pretty nice looking ship as well. So that's the Derpitz by Boku. We're going to go ahead and pull back, get the camera in position, and we'll get round 1 underway. Or we will as soon as, I can figure out how to unpause the thing properly. Oh, Pain Train. Got some pyrotechnics going on. Oh, and there go the mortars. Oh, those are actually APHE mortars, it seems. those could be pretty dangerous. Oh, I think this gun just took a hit through the side here. Very first volley, getting a penetration in on the turret. Let's go ahead and follow this volley in as it comes down. Most ships, they don't really have a whole lot of deck armor or armor on top of their turrets, so coming in at a high angle like that with armor-piercing shells, ooh, could be nasty. Didn't really get a chance to see all that was done. Looks like this gun lost a barrel. Looks like the barrel just got sheared off, but the gun is still functioning. Oh, and here comes the next one. Striking down into the deck of the Derpitz. More barrel damage, but the turrets still seem to be functional. Both ships at right about the same amount of HP. Oh, but the the pain train here just lost the turret. At least the turret cap. And this gun also took some damage. This forward gun is not aiming either. I think it may be out of firing arc or something. I'm not sure. But it is. I don't see any damage in the area. Well, I guess it may have been disabled by a penetration. It's a little difficult to tell. Pain train's running a bit short on weapons here. Oh, right into the top of that turret. That didn't seem to actually do much, though. Except blow a barrel off, but... Excuse me. Let's check in on the Derpitz, see how it's doing. Oh, its front gun seems to have been battered a little bit. Lots of barrel damage on the Derpitz's weapons, but looks like only one barrel. I don't know, that barrel's still functioning too. Like every gun on the Derpitz is still active. It's just lost a lot of barrels. I mean, barrels are important, but they're not critical. Oh, that shell punched right down through the superstructure, down into the ship. Looks like it blew a hole out of the bottom. Oh, they're altitude fused. Oh, Derpitz is losing some buoyancy. All those holes punching straight through to the bottom. Ship is filling up with water. It's currently winning this fight quite handily. It needs to hold on, get that flooding under control, because it is awfully low. I don't know how much more buoyancy it can lose without getting too low. Well, that compartment was already flooded, so that's not going to help. I think the bow of the Derpitz is what's keeping it afloat right now. It doesn't look like it has hardly any damage. Yeah, there's no holes in the bow itself. Putting a hole in that would probably sink it. But the pain train, while it's floating, well, no, it's kind of sinking too, just a little bit. But it's also a lot lower on HP. Oh, and it's only got a couple barrels left. But it shouldn't take that much more damage to sink the Derpitz, I wouldn't think. But it's just not landing those hits where the buoyancy is. Derpitz is struggling to stay up right now. Oh, that might be it. Did that make a hole into the bow. I think we can see an air pump right there. But it doesn't seem to actually be doing enough to sink it. Oh, actually, it has. That timer is ticking down. Or, well, ticking up. Oh, it stopped now. Oh, and now it's ticking up. Some more holes made in the bow there. Oh, yep, that's a compartment. That's 2 compartments opened up. And you can see the Derpitz's bow is dropping down now. It is actually too low. It would be getting an 80% in sinking despawn if it were below 80% HP. Oh, but the paint train is also getting DQ time. It's also at 55% health. Oh, the Derpitz is... Oh, it gained a few seconds. It's gonna have to, like... This is gonna be a close one. Oh. And there we go. That is a 2 damaged pain train. Can these final shots... These last few... Where are those shells going? That's a completely different zip code. It's up to this last shell right here. Can it do enough to sink the Derpitz? Oh, that was a good shot. The Derpitz is gaining DQ time. It's got to stop that clock for it to get the win. Otherwise, it's going to be a draw. And that is a draw, folks. Neither ship managed to survive the encounter. So that is a 0 and a 0 for round 1. And it's a shame that Derpitz, you know, HP-wise won that battle pretty handily, but it just wasn't able to stay afloat properly. Anyway, get round 2 here underway. Derpitz did get a few good early hits in that first round. I feel like if it doesn't get those sort of lucky hit shots in, the pain train might be able to sink it before it dies. At the very least, both ships are getting 100 points for this round, at the absolute least, since they both sunk their opponent in the first round. Oh, draws like that are always amusing. Pain train taking a couple hits. Oh, that shell right there took out a barrel on one of the pain train's guns. Yeah, the pain train does not take hits to the side very well. The Derpitz's guns can get right in through that armor and take out the pain train's weapons. Let's go check in on the Derpitz, see how she's doing. Currently the rear weapons are not aiming, they're probably just out of their firing arc. We've got a barrage of mortar shells coming in. Oh. We getting holes blown out through the bottom? Yeah, we are. That's yeah, for a ship that does not float with, you know, without its air, APHE mortars, you know, are kind of dangerous. If they blow a hole straight through from your deck to your underside. Uh-oh, Derpitz has gone dead in the water, it seems. Engines got taken out. That is not good for the staying afloat. Looks like its forward turret has also been taken down completely, all 3 barrels offline. It's got some holes and damage in the bow. It is drifting under the water. This is not looking good for the Derpitz. Oh, that shell punching right in through the deck, detonating way down inside the ship. You can see the bow of the Derpitz falling underwater. And I don't think the Tirpitz has the materials to really recover from its predicament here. Oh! That shell bounced off. Oh, that one did not. That one got in there and wrecked 2 barrels. How did it kill the 2 outer barrels without killing the middle one? How does that work? I'm not sure how much more punishment the Derpitz is going to be able to take without sinking. Oh, well, the answer is none because the DQ timer is ticking up. Derpitz is trying, but it's just so far under the water now. There isn't a huge amount of things it can really do or accomplish. More and more holes get made. More and more flooding happens. Yeah, you got holes punched all the way through here again. And there we go, the Derpitz has been sunk. Let that shell land. Okay, that is it, 75.8% for the pain train, nothing for the Derpitz. Go ahead and get things loaded in for round 3. Oh, still have the DQ I did it so fast the DQ explosion is still on the map. Oh well, that won't affect anything. If the Derpitz would just stay afloat, like, it would win. But the pain train stays afloat till 2 damaged, and the Derpitz sinks at like 85% HP. So it effectively has a much smaller health pool. Yeah, these first few volleys can be really, like, that's a lot of shells coming in on the deck. Oh, looks like this forward turret might have been oh, well, it was definitely disabled by that follow-up shot. Oh, and this rear one taking a battering too. Things are not looking good for the Derpitz here. Losing that many guns this early, when you're struggling to kill the enemy before you sink, is not the best situation. And got a lot of holes and a lot of buoyancy lost already, but Derpitz doing fine for now. Oh! Oh, I thought that turret, I was sure that turret was going to be obliterated when the smoke cleared, but looks like only 1 barrel was taken out. Yeah, those mortars are... The Derpitz is not enjoying the fact that those mortars exist, let's put it that way. Oh, we got some over-penetrations through the bow there. But I mean, that still makes a hole. That still removes buoyancy, which seems like is the best way to kill the Derpitz. Fill it with water. Let's go check and see how the pain train is doing. It's actually winning the HP battle for this round. It has lost a few of its barrels. A few guns are offline, but the vast majority of them are still functioning and just bombarding the Derpitz. And Derpitz has gone dead in the water once again, and is quite low in the water as well. I don't think it's going to be floating for much longer. Yeah, there she goes. Oh, actually getting an 80% sinking this time instead of a despawn. And that is it. The Derpitz has gone down. Let these last two shells land. The last gasp of the Derpitz. Hits, doesn't do a whole lot of damage though. That is the end of the match. The Derpitz scoring 90.6 this time. Or not the Derpitz, the pain train. Unfortunately, the Derpitz was sank in all 3 rounds. So yeah, 190.6 for the pain train, 100 points for the Derpitz. Thanks for watching, folks. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you on the battlefield.